If you watched Beef on Netflix with Ali Wong and Steven Yeun, there's a couple it was like a couple of scenes where they uh, did the Peninsula mentality joke. So that probably would go over most people's heads, but like it was one of the things I loved about that series is that there's so many sort of like only insider knowledge jokes, like kind of inside jokes if you're a Korean American. Um, so so first off, like I didn't pick up on this when I watched it, but it's like the Peninsula mentality is kind of a play on or reference to island mentality. So one of the things, if you can Google island mentality, and it's basically saying that a country, I guess particularly an island country, is like England or Japan, um, both island nations. So like this is a term that means when a country thinks that they're particularly special or superior to other countries because they're isolated and not around anybody else. So uh, I guess something about that makes them feel uh, superior to other countries. So it comes from island mentality. But so I didn't pick up on that piece. But the thing where it was kind of an inside joke, I feel, is like this is something that my parents mentioned growing up, where so they say like Korean people in temperament are similar to Italian people because both countries are peninsulas. So when you're in like a peninsula and you have you're surrounded by ocean on three sides, you're kind of like a cramped sort of people. So you don't have patience. So there's a kind of like an understanding or belief that Korean people are short tempered, um, and apparently that's the thing with Italians too. Um, so that's something that my parents specifically mentioned growing up. So I think it's kind of commonly believed among the Koreans of that generation. I have heard like some like Korean American peers, or at least one person mentioning, talking about this. The other piece, if you Google it, like Korean Italian similarities, is that they say like both groups of people are quick to anger, quick to fight, but also quick to forgive, wearing their hearts on their sleeve, very a lot of importance on family and food. But then there's also stuff out there about how Koreans are the Irish of Asia for the same reasons, and then there's additional similarity with Ireland in that both countries had been um, conquered by the neighboring countries, Ireland with England and Korea with Japan. And then like the same reasons I mentioned before, like quick to anger, quick to forgive, wearing their hearts on their shoulders, and the other piece is like the propensity to just to break into song and entertain the group. So this is like kind of an odd thing. So when I was in the Air Force, um, so so I was stationed out in Nebraska, and I was driving all my stuff, like just moving with all my stuff from Nebraska back to Delaware driving. So my mom was going to meet me in Nebraska, and we're about to head to Delaware from Nebraska together. So and we had like a lunch like with my flight, it's basically the people that I were on my team or that I worked with in the Air Force. So my mom said, "What if they asked me to sing?" And I was like, "They're not gonna ask you to sing." But like that's kind of a thing with social gatherings that I've noticed with my parents. Like when they're with like friends or peers or family, sometimes like people will sing to kind of like entertain each other. So that is a thing in Korean culture. So, yep. So that's peninsula mentality in a nutshell.